And let's talk about Anna de Armas, who, has been on this promotional trail promoting Ballerina. Well, she was at CinemaCon doing it. I don't know when they're going to start the official promotion of the movie and all this other stuff, because the movie does come out in June and we're only in April. So she's got time to promote the movie. But she has been out and about with CinemaCon, because that's where all the studios come and they do this convention in Vegas where they show like the theater owners, which used to be called NATO. Now I forgot the name of what they changed it to, because like the whole theater owners thing, not the other NATO, but NATO, they had like a theater owner type of name, so they had to change it. But anyway, um, so all the studios come and they've been showing all their movies and all this other stuff to get, I guess, people excited about, theatrical releases and all this stuff. So I guess they go out and they look at these films, but okay, we want to show these type of films in our movies. So they've been going heavy and showing a lot of trailers, and people have been up there doing their presentations, all that good stuff. So Anna de Armas is opening up about, well, she was in No Time to Die, and her cameo was pretty awesome up in there, because she had to basically save him. Well, Daniel Craig, during one of the scenes, she played like a Cuban spy, but she's basically been saying that, what, even though she's about to headline her very own action movie with the Ballerina franchise, which is a part of the John Wick universe, she's saying that it's time that Hollywood starts greenlighting more action films with female leads. So this is from Variety, so shout out to them. Now, Ana de Armas says that there should be more films like her forthcoming bare knuckles action project Ballerina, rather than tinkering with gender-swapping legacy characters like James Bond. De Armas is on the ground at CinemaCon promoting her John Wick spinoff Lionsgate, where she caught up with Variety about discourse prompted this week by actor Dame. Well, they didn't put Dame in there, but she is a Dame, Helen Mirren. The Dame and Scream legend recently told, well, they put it there, but you should have put Dame before Helen Mirren, chat. Now, they said the Dame and Scream legend recently told the UK's Guardian that she never liked the way women were in James Bond, and that the concept around the billion-dollar spy franchise is drenched and born out of profound sexism. De Armas made a triumphant debut in the 2021 Bond film No Time to Die, where her character Paloma was praised for breaking with Bond tradition, or Bond girl tradition. The character not only got the movie's biggest laugh, she held her own in gun and hand combat alongside Daniel Craig, saving his Tom Ford suited ass in their scenes together. Now, this was the question I was like, and she's very attractive, so shout out to her. So she went and said this, quote, "Why don't we have more movies about Paloma? Let James Bond, or let James be James and John Wick be John Wick. We'll do our thing." This is what she said during an appearance at the John Wick Experience, a multi-room immersive pop-up where fans can check into the notorious Continental Hotel featured in the Keanu Reeves films. She also went on to say, when you get a woman fighting, you'll be surprised at things she could pull off. Now, the Oscar nominee also noted that Bond's storytelling universe can open to new stories now that its longtime producers have handed the keys to Amazon MGM, saying, "I'm sure that Barbara Broccoli and Robert Wilson made the best decision for James Bond. Whatever happens, that can go anywhere creatively," she says, of future narratives from the world of Ian Fleming's spy novels. Yeah, because there's been rumors that said that now that they are up under the Amazon umbrella, with sidebar, I'm hearing Jeff Bezos is in the bid for trying to buy TikTok. Because, TikTok is, TikTok is about to run its course and get banned again. So he's up, Jeff Bezos apparently wants to buy TikTok. I heard the person that owns OF, is trying to buy TikTok. So it's a lot of people out here with a lot of coins that's trying to buy it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just want to bring that up because, Jeff Bezos is part of Amazon. But what they've been talking about with the whole James Bond thing, and I was going to bring up this other James Bond story, but I was like, I don't think y'all even going to care enough, so I'll just bring it up in passing. So yeah, they did talk about James Bond at CinemaCon and said they're going to go this more youthful, exotic approach or whatever. And if they have some interesting ideas to make James Bond, if they want to take him in a different direction, that's fine. But I do agree. Let James Bond be James Bond. It's like those people that was complaining, well, yeah, instead of y'all always complaining about, John Boyega, why don't y'all make up your own stuff? I'm like, yeah, we could make our own Star Wars. That would be great. We can make, there's so many there are Black-led projects that were inspired by Star Wars. Those books exist. It'd be nice if the studio came and somebody wanted to buy it and get it greenlit, or maybe some big major black actor will look at that IP and be like, you know what, I want to develop this and make it into a thing. So I do agree with that. It's kind of like when they were saying, let's make Idris Elba James Bond. No, I would rather Idris Elba play his own super spy within the Bond universe, and y'all spin his character off into his own thing. It's the same thing that I agree with Ana de Armas. Her Paloma character, I absolutely loved her character in that film. Why not now that she kind of exists? I mean, she exists in the Daniel Craig universe. If they still want to use her for something in the future, they can give her own spin-off movie or possible TV series. I'm sure she wouldn't mind doing it. She could do that show, and then when she's got a break, since you only do like 8-episode shows, she could do that, do the 8 episodes, and then she can go off and make Ballerina 2, and then the same thing, back and forth. That show, if it's season 2, if it's greenlit, and then Ballerina 3, just do that thing. So I like the idea of them. You keep James Bond, the misogynistic, shaken not stirred, womanizing, smug prick that he always has been. And then you bring other characters in. I don't want a damn series around Moneypenny. I don't want a series about surrounding M. Like those characters, they play integral parts within the Bond universe. Now, like I said before, if you want to come up with characters, then you could have a 002, a 003, a 005, a 008, any of those other people. You can have other 00s up in there. They're just playing completely, they just spin it off and give them their own show or their own movie. That's what you do instead of having us sitting around like, we got to wait another 5 years for another James Bond movie. Like this franchise has been around for like 60-something odd years. And it just feel like y'all be dragging y'all feet making these damn movies. So it definitely, that franchise, that IP definitely deserves to kind of like be expanded beyond, and I guess have their own little multiverse or whatever. But I think a lot of people are getting tired of the whole multiverse approach to everything because of Marvel and what they do with that. But like I said, I agree with Ana de Armas on this. I'm looking forward to seeing Ballerina when it comes out. I've been hearing a lot of great things about it, especially when it comes to the action. But I do agree. I mean, why don't we have a lot more female-led action movies? I've been saying for the longest, where the hell is the Sophia solo movie? And that was the Halle Berry character that Halle Berry played in John Wick Parabellum. That would be the third one. So why not give her own thing? Based off her backstory, she definitely deserves her own film. So we do want to see, I mean, and that's not the first time that she's, had a character that was so interesting that it was warranted to get a spinoff, but it never happened. Because remember, at one point, Halle, who was also a Bond girl, she was supposed to get a Jinx spinoff, but then someone went and said, oh, Black women don't sell movies. See, and that's another attitude that I think people neglect too. We're going to spend 60-70 million on this movie. Nobody's going to go to the movies and see this film. People will go see Halle Berry. Halle Berry is a box office draw. The fact of the matter is, a lot of these studios can't get outside of their prejudices and their racism and that sort of thing. Because how many times have we heard the argument that Black people don't sell movies overseas? That's not a new thing. So yes, we want diversity. I know it's an ugly word for a lot of you racists and a lot of you incels, but we don't only just want to see white men doing every goddamn thing. I love action movies with women at the lead. I love Atomic Blonde. Shout out to Charlize Theron. Where's the sequel to that? I know we're getting a sequel to The Old Guard, which also stars Charlize Theron. So that's supposed to be coming out, I think, in July or something or another on Netflix. So yeah, we definitely need those. I mean, Michelle Rodriguez, I always thought that she would kind of be like the queen of making female-led action movies. But it's kind of like when Fast and the Furious ain't happening, she just kind of disappears. So she's another one that I'm like, okay, I would love to see her do more action. I would love to see more Mila Jovovich in action outside of them shitty movies she does with her damn husband. Because every time Paul W.S. Anderson makes a movie with his wife, it always turns out to be a full-on turd. I love seeing Kate Beckinsale when she does action, but she's been in a lot of bad movies, a lot of bad action. What was it, Canary Black? That was terrible. That wig was just as bad as that damn movie that she had on. So we definitely want to see more female-led action films. I don't know, like maybe we need more. Chad Stahelski seems to understand like how to write or come up with really interesting female characters. I just wish we need more Chad Stahelskis in this industry, so that way we can get somebody who can get beyond the beautiful action female thing and just give us a really cool story, complex, really cool action sequences showing women kicking butt, but not just relying on the fact that they're beautiful and sexy. It's like, okay, this is not Charlie's Angels, although Charlie's Angels did their shit with a wink. And it was just like, it was a wink and a nod. It was all campy with that. But we want to see movies where it's just like, you're not trying to make a caricature out of these people. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Do you agree with Ana de Armas on her thoughts regarding that? Yeah, we need more female-led action movies. Let James Bond be James Bond. Let other people just have their own thing. And yes, we want it to be a place where we want to develop our own stories and our own characters because we're not seeing enough of them. And I'm in that boat. Like, there's ideas that I have that I'm probably gonna have to write scripts myself in order to see that those ideas and those characters reflected on the big and small screen. Since Hollywood ain't doing it, you gotta, if you build it, they will come. Apparently, is what they say, right? So I want to hear from you all. So let me know what your thoughts on this story is in the comments down below.